Hey everyone, this is a short tutorial video on how to play the bridge to the Allan Holdsworth song, Three Sheets to the Wind. Now, if you are a fan of Allan Holdsworth or Jeff Berlin, you've no doubt heard the record Road Games, which contains this song, Three Sheets to the Wind. Maybe you even went out and got this book, Allan Holdsworth, Reaching for the Uncommon Chord, hoping to find the full transcription to that song. But if you did, you were disappointed to find that only the main parts of the song are in the book, and the bridge is curiously missing. So this short video will show you the chords for that and how to play it on the bass. And if you're a guitarist, you can probably extrapolate from those chords and come up with what Allan plays in his part as well. So the bridge sounds like this. I'll play it at a slow tempo, not a performance tempo. And then I'll explain the chords and the fingerings to use those chords. Now these chords played on the bass blend in very well with the guitar part that is already there. And for many years, I really wasn't sure what Jeff was playing specifically. It wasn't until I found a live video of Three Sheets to the Wind with Jimmy Johnson on bass where I could really clearly hear what the bass part was, or at least what Jimmy Johnson was playing live. And it turns out it's fairly close to what Jeff Berlin played on the recording, the original album recording. So here are those chords. The first chord is a now look at my score here. First chord is an E flat minor. So I'm playing E flat on the bottom, G flat on top, and another E flat there just below the G flat. And then it moves up to an inverted B flat chord. And this is a tricky chord. There's a difference tone perhaps, or maybe an overdub or something. There's a low rumble that I can hear, and I can't quite figure out what it is. I thought maybe it was an F in the bass, giving that. But if you listen carefully, you definitely hear the lowest notes going from D flat to D, so it can't be this F. So I'm playing on the for this tutorial, I'm playing the B flat over a D like this. So I went from E flat minor to an inverted B flat chord. And there's definitely something else going on. Maybe it's a difference tone, I'm not really sure. But we'll talk more about this when we get to the Jimmy Johnson version of this turnaround. So after the B flat over D chord, it goes to a D flat major chord. So D flat, F on top, octave D flat there, and then a G flat minor 7. So G flat, or if you want to call it F sharp minor 7, F sharp, A on top, E natural there. F sharp minor 7 is more convenient to describe, but it doesn't really fit the key, but whatever. Next chord is a C major. So C on the bottom, E flat or E natural on top, and a bump up to G, and then a B minor. So B on the bottom, D natural on top, and then a B right below that. And then another E flat minor chord, same as the first one. And then this time up to an A flat minor 7, or if you'd like, a G sharp minor 7. So again, that whole sequence. Now, if you listen to the live version and you see Jimmy Johnson playing it, he does things a little differently. It's a little closer to the guitar part itself, and I think that's because Jimmy plays a 5-string bass, and you can get some of the higher notes without doing big shifts. So to start with, he starts out with that same E flat minor chord, but he goes up to the high B flat for the second half of that beat. The next chord, the B flat over D, he actually goes to the D on his B string, which would be the 15th fret, and then puts the B flat on top, and then reaches up to a high D. Now you can get the same sound on a 4-string bass by going down to the D here and stretching up to the B flat on top, but then you have this big jump. And at the tempo of the song, that's a pretty nasty jump. You'll probably miss it. So I wouldn't do it on a 4-string bass, but on a 5-string bass you can certainly shift up, grab your low D that would be here, get the B flat on top, and then that high D is right there. And if you watch the video of Jimmy playing this closely, you see that's exactly how he does it. Then down to the D flat, and then again he reaches up to the A flat, and then a shift up again to the F sharp minor chord, F sharp, A, and then the C sharp here. So that was, and then the C he plays just like Jeff Berlin does, and then back to that E flat minor chord. And then the big difference is that Jimmy goes down to the G sharp minor 7 chord to there, which resolves to the open A, whereas Jeff went here and then the open A chord. So the Jimmy Johnson version, again, playing on a 4-string, so I have to make a very awkward shift, but on a 5-string it'd be much easier. You're going to go E flat, adding in the upper B flat tone, D flat, reach up, oops, down for that last G sharp minor chord, and then Jimmy adds in some other stuff. Later on. So you can experiment with that. Anyway, I hope this little video was informative, and when I get the transcription of the entire bass line posted, I will put a link in the description of this video. All right, thanks.